"My uncle's going to kill me tonight," whispered a 10-year-old boy as he stood outside the Devil's Ride MC clubhouse at 11 p.m. He was shaking so badly he could barely hold the phone he was using as a flashlight. "Please help me." Hawk, the sergeant-at-arms, was having a smoke when he spotted the kid. He stubbed out his cigarette and walked over. "What's your name?" "Caleb," the boy said. "Caleb Morrison?" "Caleb, where are your parents?" Hawk asked. "Mom's in the hospital. Uncle Ray put her there this morning." He pushed her down the basement stairs when she tried to stop him from hitting me. Caleb lifted his sleeve to show finger-shaped bruises around his arm. The door behind Hawk opened and 6 more bikers stepped out. They'd heard everything. "Where's this uncle now?" asked Reaper, the club president. "Home, waiting for me." Caleb's voice cracked. "He said if I'm not back by midnight, he'll come find me and make sure I end up in the hospital next to Mom." Every biker there knew what that meant. This wasn't an empty threat. "How'd you find us?" Hawk asked. "My dad used to ride with you guys before he died. Dad always said if I was ever in real trouble, find the Devil's Ride. They'll protect you when nobody else will." "What was your dad's name?" Reaper asked carefully. "James Morrison." Caleb pulled out a worn patch from his pocket. Dad's old club patch. Mom kept it after he died in Afghanistan. The bikers went silent. Every single one of them remembered Gunner. James Morrison had been their brother, killed in action 5 years ago. They'd promised at his funeral to look after his family if they ever needed help. They'd failed that promise. Until now. "Your uncle's name is Ray Morrison?" Reaper asked, his voice dangerously quiet. "Ray Morrison, yeah. He's my dad's younger brother. After Dad died, Uncle Ray moved in to help Mom. But he doesn't help. He just drinks and gets angry." Blade, their tech guy, was already on his phone. "Ray Morrison, 35, 2 DUIs, 1 domestic violence charge dropped when the victim refused to testify. Works as a mechanic at Henderson Auto." "Which hospital is your mom at?" Reaper asked. "County General, room 412. She's got a broken arm and cracked ribs. Uncle Ray told the doctors she fell, but she whispered to me before I left that he pushed her." Reaper pulled out his phone and made a call. Within 5 minutes, 2 female members of their riding club were heading to the hospital to sit with Caleb's mom. "Here's what's going to happen," Reaper said to Caleb. "You're staying here tonight. We're going to have a conversation with your uncle." "What kind of conversation?" Caleb asked. "The kind where we explain his options very clearly," Hawk said, cracking his knuckles. "You're not going to hurt him, are you?" Caleb looked scared. "He'll just get more angry." That's when Reaper made a decision that would change everything. "Kid, your uncle's got 2 choices tonight. He can pack his bags and leave town, or we pack him in a coffin tomorrow. Those are his only options." The bikers mounted their motorcycles. 15 bikes roared to life in the parking lot. They were going to pay Ray Morrison a visit he'd never forget. Caleb stayed behind with Reaper's wife, Sarah, who ran the club's legitimate business. She was also a registered nurse and former social worker. She'd know exactly how to handle this legally. The Devil's Ride MC pulled up to the Morrison house at 11:47 p.m. Lights were on inside. Ray's truck was in the driveway. Reaper knocked on the door. Loud, aggressive, intentional. Ray opened it, beer in hand, clearly drunk. "Who the hell are you?" "We're friends of your nephew," Reaper said. "We need to talk. I don't know what that little brat told you, but he's a liar." Ray tried to close the door. 15 bikers pushed forward. "We're coming in," Hawk stated. "You can invite us, or we can invite ourselves." Ray stumbled back. The bikers filed into his living room. The house was a mess. Empty bottles everywhere. Holes punched in walls. Photos of Caleb and his mom torn up on the floor. "You put your sister-in-law in the hospital?" Reaper said. It wasn't a question. She fell. Ray took another drink from his beer. Clumsy woman. "She fell," Hawk repeated. "Just like your nephew falls all the time?" "Kids are clumsy." Ray shrugged. That's when they heard sirens outside. Police cars pulled up to the house. Ray's face went pale. "Did you call the cops?" Ray demanded. "Didn't need to," Reaper said. "Your sister-in-law already did. From her hospital bed, please click the subscribe button and show us your support." Sheriff Parker walked in with Deputy Adams behind her. "Mr. Morrison, we have a warrant for your arrest. Assault and battery, child endangerment, and violation of a protection order." "What protection order?" Ray screamed. "The one your sister-in-law filed 3 hours ago," Sheriff Parker said. "She's been documenting your abuse for 6 months. Photos, medical records, voice recordings. She finally had enough after you put her in the hospital." Ray lunged for the back door. Hawk stepped in his way. "Where are you going? You have no right to stop me," Ray snarled. "Actually, we do," Deputy Adams said. "You're under arrest." He pulled out handcuffs. Ray fought back. He swung at Deputy Adams, missed, and stumbled into Hawk. That was his mistake. Hawk caught Ray and held him until the deputy could cuff him. Ray was still screaming threats as they loaded him into the police car. But the real problem was just beginning. Caleb's mom, Jennifer Morrison, was in no condition to take care of him. She needed surgery and weeks of recovery. Social services arrived the next morning, saying Caleb needed to go into emergency foster care. Jennifer was devastated. "I can't lose my son, too," Jennifer cried from her hospital bed. "First my husband, now this." "You're not losing him," Sarah said. She'd been at Jennifer's bedside all night. "My husband and I will take emergency custody. We're licensed foster parents." Jennifer looked at the bikers who'd gathered in her hospital room. The same men who'd promised her husband they'd protect his family. "James would have wanted this," Jennifer said quietly. "He always said the Devil's Ride was his real family." The emergency custody was approved within 24 hours. Caleb moved in with Reaper and Sarah temporarily while his mom recovered. But Ray Morrison wasn't done. He made bail after 3 days. His lawyer argued he was a first-time offender despite the previous dropped charges. The first thing Ray did was show up at the hospital. He got past security by claiming to be visiting his sister-in-law. He walked right into Jennifer's room. "You're going to drop these charges," Ray threatened, "or I'll make sure you regret it." That's when he realized Jennifer wasn't alone. Hawk was sitting in the corner, reading a magazine. He stood up slowly. "Visiting hours are over," Hawk said. "This is family business," Ray snarled. "You stopped being family when you put her in that hospital bed," Hawk replied. "Now you've got 2 choices. Walk out that door right now, or I carry you out." "Your choice." Ray looked at Hawk, then at the other 2 bikers who'd just appeared in the doorway. He left, but not before making one more threat. "This isn't over," Ray said. But he was wrong. It was over. That night, 15 bikers showed up at Ray's house. They didn't break in. They didn't touch him. They just parked their motorcycles in his driveway and waited. Ray called the cops. The police came, but the bikers weren't doing anything illegal. They were on a public street. "We're just making sure Mr. Morrison understands his situation," Reaper explained to the officer. The bikers stayed there all night. Every night for a week. Ray couldn't sleep, couldn't leave his house without seeing them, couldn't escape the message they were sending. On the 8th day, Reaper knocked on Ray's door one final time. "You've got 2 choices," Reaper said when Ray answered. "Pack your bags tonight and leave town, or we pack you in a coffin tomorrow. No more chances." Ray's hands shook as he held the door. "You can't threaten me." "That wasn't a threat," Reaper said. "That was a promise. You violated the protection order. You threatened Jennifer again. The DA's building a case that'll put you away for years. So you can run now and start over somewhere else, or you can stay and face what's coming. But if you stay and you ever go near that woman or her son again, you won't make it to trial." Ray Morrison left town that night, took everything he owned and drove out of state. He never came back. The charges against him proceeded anyway. He was convicted in absentia and sentenced to 5 years. A warrant was issued for his arrest in all 50 states. Jennifer recovered fully after surgery. Caleb stayed with Reaper and Sarah for 3 months until his mom was strong enough to have him home. But the story didn't end there. Jennifer and Caleb had lost their house. Ray had been living off Jennifer's widow benefits and hadn't paid the mortgage in months. The bank was foreclosing. The Devil's Ride MC organized a fundraiser. They raised $40,000 in 2 weeks, enough to catch up the mortgage and cover Jennifer's medical bills. If you believe bikers are the good people, subscribe to this channel and show us your support. Jennifer kept James's old patch, but now it hung in her living room next to a new photograph. 15 bikers standing with her and Caleb, all wearing their cuts, all family. Caleb is 17 now. He works part-time at the clubhouse helping with maintenance. The bikers are teaching him mechanics, welding, and responsibility. Next year, when he turns 18, they've promised him something special: his own motorcycle and a chance to prospect for the club if he wants it, to earn his own patch, just like his father did. Every Thursday, Caleb and his mom have dinner at the clubhouse. It's family night, not blood family, but the family they chose and who chose them back. The Devil's Ride. MC still tells the story of the night Gunner's kid showed up at their door asking for help, how they'd failed their promise to their fallen brother for 5 years. But when it mattered most, they showed up. How sometimes the most dangerous men make the best protectors because they understand violence and know exactly when to use it and when a presence alone is enough. Reaper looks at James Morrison's memorial photo in the clubhouse every day. Below it, a new plaque reads, "Gunner's legacy lives on. We keep our promises." Sometimes keeping a promise means showing up at midnight with 15 motorcycles and making it very clear what happens if someone doesn't leave. Sometimes it means giving a man 2 choices and making sure he understands there's no third option. Ray Morrison never returned. Some say he's in Nevada working under a fake name. Others say he's in Mexico hiding from the warrant. Reaper says he doesn't care where Ray is, as long as he's nowhere near Jennifer and Caleb. That's what Brotherhood means: protecting the family of a fallen brother, even years after he's gone, making sure his sacrifice meant something, making sure his kid grows up safe and loved. And sometimes it means standing in someone's driveway night after night, engines idling, sending a message without saying a word. Pack your bags or we pack you in a coffin. Those were the only 2 choices. Ray Morrison chose wisely. He packed his bags. If you love this video, click the like button and subscribe to this channel and show us your support.